Back with Miss Chris Denny, and she's a music therapist extraordinaire. And if I know if I was a veteran, that music would have to be my fucking safe haven.
That's right.
So these guys, you know, they're older vets, like from older wars. They're not all there mentally a little bit, and so whenever they hear the music, is it like the science behind it? Is it bringing the synapses alive in their minds that aren't usually working or something like that?
Well, I mean, in a nutshell, yeah. Music just has that ability to reach those parts in the brain that, traditional medicine can't do, or television doesn't stimulate, or anything. But you take a song that, let's say for us listening to, something from Junction with Your Function or Electric Company, that takes us back.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
We'll be singing those songs.
Right.
Same thing. I mean, it's almost kind of like
it's waking something up.
Exactly. Whatever song that that veteran may have gotten married to that song, or that was a song that they danced to on their first date, or when their child was born, they named the song after, and they can reconnect to that in ways that, like I said, other methods of medicine have not been able to. And whether it's just a manner of, holding their head up, opening their eyes, or even, some kind of movement when the music is played, it really awakens that part of the brain and connects to that veteran, because it's meaningful for them.
Right.
You may not have heard the song, know anything about it, but for that particular person, that song was their jam.
Like, it would be crazy if and I'm not sure if I'm off base on this. I mean, this might be the way it is, but it would be like really satisfying for me personally if I was in a situation like that, and maybe a guy that just walks around and he's just looking disgruntled all the time, and then you're playing a song, and then he's like, it starts bobbing his head a little bit, or maybe he's not even cognitively all there. Like he doesn't seem like he's there. And then you're playing a song, and all of a sudden you see him moving, and you're like, oh, he is there.
Yeah.
That's got to be like, whoa,
Well, I would definitely say check out the website musicandmemory.org. And there's a video on there about a fella named Henry who's in a nursing home, and it pretty much describes exactly just that. With his progressed age and progressed illness, he was just very introverted, head down, eyes closed, and just, but once the music started played, that he was familiar with some headphones, he just, his eyes got big, he's talking, he's expressing night and day.
That's so awesome.
Music is not just about soothing the savage beast anymore. Mm-hmm. It's not about that. It's about, life. That's really what it is. It's about life.
It is. I had somebody tell me some time ago that the Earth rotates on a 440 E frequency. Mm-hmm. And that would be standard tuning. And I'm like, oh, that's fucking weird. And so,
I've never listened to the Earth tune itself.
Yeah, and I'm like, that's okay, but I don't think that it's away from the possibilities, because if we are 98% water, and the kilohertz and the frequencies affect the water the way that it does, then it'd have to affect us. And then the backbeat, they say your heart syncs up with the backbeat. Right. And so you have a group of people listening to the same music at a concert. You got 500,000 people at a concert, which would be a huge concert. I want to go to. And they're all listening to the same backbeat, and they're all feeling the same thing. They have that energy, and they become like one huge, beating heart. It's this energy that you send up. And then also, I believe that meditation's in there big time, because there's a lot of different types of meditation. And I believe that a lot of times whenever I'm doing improv and I'm coming off the top of my head and I'm on stage and I'm feeling that energy, that I'm actually meditating I go into a meditative state, and it's weird because like I can pull myself out of it just as easy as I can drop down into it. And it's taken me years to be able to do that, but whenever I'm able to do it, there's some times where I'll actually have an out of body experience, and no lie, be looking at myself going, holy shit, that's me doing that. You know?
I mean, I remember coming across something, and it was a actual study about, they got random musicians together, and they were saying how, musicians actually, you kind of have to have chemistry, because they saw that brain waves and even like heart rhythms and these alpha beta waves started to actually sync up or started to mimic as these random musicians were, put together and just started jamming. And, when you have creative differences, sometimes it is literally because that, sometimes you just don't always sync. There's science behind it, and research that has been done that, music is really, it's a body connection, it's a mental connection, it's a spiritual, it's an emotional connection. So there's a lot of things going on outside of the music itself that really make it a holistic type of thing. I'm glad that I can be a part of it and understand it the way that I do, because I think a lot of people need to know this, that, music is just as important as, drinking water, making sure you have a healthy lifestyle, et cetera, et cetera.
And you definitely can't do no housework without some music on.
There's a lot of things you can't do with music on. I'm like,
right?
I
gotta have me some music going.
When I'm cleaning, or if I'm doing, even when I'm writing music sometimes, I'll have music playing.
Yeah.
Not necessarily as, okay, I'm listening to this for ideas, but it stimulates, and that's what I need, something to get my brain going. So, I mean, it's just got a lot of channels and avenues that can happen. I mean, music is in harmony with, our earth, and it's in harmony with us. So,
and then the Close Encounters of the First Kind, they was talking about with lights, and they were like, nah, 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 nah. And they were talking to the aliens. Yeah, that's how you do that right there. So, what you got coming up, man? What you got coming up?
Well, a lot of things in the works. I do anticipate getting in the studio and doing a recording. So,
I look forward to that.
Yeah, and
I'm finally doing one too, man. I'm like 8 songs in. Yeah.
So I'm hoping that I can officially get here at Greenlight Studios and bring some friends along and just do it. I'm not a click track scare me, but just get in a room with some musicians and record whatever happens. Whatever vibes sync up and the sound we come out with is how I would like to do it.
That's the sound way of doing things.
Yeah.
Well, like we've been, what we'll do is we'll get in here and we'll play, a track like live, all in the same room. Maybe go through it like 6, 7, 10 times, however many times it takes.
Yeah.
I've never done really more than 6 or 7 takes on a song. Get the bass and the drums right.
Right.
Then the bass and the drums, everything else is scratch tracks. We go back over everything, and then once the vocals are done, I like to have the solo done, the lead guitar work done first, and then the vocals are last, and then the backing vocals and any type of harmonies or accents, and then for me, that's the icing on the cake.
Yeah, I've always thought a bit about almost like building, the perfect sandwich. You start with a piece of bread, and then you got your bass and your drums, your meat and potatoes all in the middle. Then, then you sprinkle it with everything else, your whatever supporting tracks, harmonies,
right,
and whatnot.
You
and
get
then
that
last
solid
layer,
foundation.
Just, let that voice just ooze all over everything. And then,
like,
great.
if you had a over easy fried egg and you put it on top of it and you pop the yolk and the yolk just oozes on there.
Sop it up with
you
some
know
bread.
that's good too. You make me hungry.
That's right.
but yeah, so you got any gigs coming up? What you got going on?
Yeah, well, I will be at Stillwater Tap Room tonight.
Shut up. That's what's up.
Yeah, so I'm kind of excited because, Mama Says has not completely died. We've just faded away. But, those guys are still, they're doing their things, and I still get to work with them occasionally. But I've started the Chris Steady & Co., which is basically a way for me to still collaborate with musicians and at the same time still really focus on my solo work. So tonight we've got John Hearn, Mark Janicek, and Alex. I forgot his last name. It starts with a C, and he's great. I've never played with them before, so this is.
I know Mark and John are good, so that'll be a good night. That'll be a good night.
And then also Friday night I'll be in Aiken at Playoffs, so come by, say hey.
Hell yeah, I might have to ride my motorcycle up there. Right. A little ride never hurt nobody. Nice. Well, I would like to say that anybody could get in touch with the Soulcast at thesoulcast@mail.com. Y'all can also get in touch with us on our Facebook page, The Soulcast. Soulcast is all one word. Hello. We from Augusta, Georgia. We trying to keep it real, you know what I'm saying? Because I got that feeling. Baby, I got that feeling.
Thank you, baby.
And I would like to thank Miss Chris Steady for coming and hanging out with me tonight. And I'm going to try to get this up early enough to let y'all know that August 9th, this Saturday, August 9th, we're going to be at the Bluegrass Brunch at Helga's. And we're going to be doing a damn thing from 11:30 to 2:30 with really good food. You can bring the family. It's family friendly. So holla at your boy. We'll see y'all next week. Whoop, whoop. That was the Soulcast.
Warning, you will never be the same because you have been listening to the Soulcast with your host, Happy Bones. We'll see you next week.